Hi everyone, welcome back to Stage Rats. I'm Angelina, and today we are doing our October Spotlight of the Month interview. Unfortunately, Marley couldn't be here with us, but she's here in spirit, and maybe you'll see her next month. But you will see her sometime this month with all of the other things we have going on. So today I am joined by no other than the phenomenal, the talented, the greatest, Mr. Elijah Lee.
Hi guys, most of you guys that are watching this probably already know me. I'm Elijah, Apollo Verde Theater. I'm the theater kid, the dancing kid, the music kid, performing arts kid overall basically. And I'm just here to answer some burning questions from Miss Angelina. So let's get started.
All right, so first and foremost, how are you? Like, what have you been up to recently?
I don't know if you guys know, but I got back into my music and I actually just dropped my single last week with the video and all that's on my social media. So, lately I've just been up to online school and just starting my music career. And that's it for right now.
All right, that is so cool. And because you're so young, you said you're 17, turning 18 next week. Big deal. That's so exciting. So, tell us a little more about Fresh and your single and how that came to be and like give us all the juicy stuff. Like, we want to know.
Okay, well, 2 years ago I dropped my debut album, and at the time when I recorded it, it sounded good to me because I had just got into music, and listening to it now, like a year or two later, it's like it was terrible. It was rough. So I took what I was messing up on, and I took with I listened to all my flaws, and I was like, okay, I need to fix my flow, how I write, the production, and all that. So Fresh, I was holding on to the song for a long time. I rewrote it so many times. I produced the beat, and I had to get my confidence back basically into music. So Fresh, I called it Fresh because I it's kind of like a different, fresh new me. Like it's a different type of artist. I'm not the same as I used to be. So that's how that came to be. And yeah, it was really fun to make.
Awesome. And I love that you said that because, you know, 2 years ago for you, you were 15. So the fact that you're already able to realize, okay, the things I make aren't always going to be perfect. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. That is so awesome to be that self-aware because I know at 15, I wasn't thinking those things. I was just like, I'm here. I'm doing it. Hey. But, God, that's so awesome. And, obviously you are still a senior in high school. So big elephant in the room. How are you dealing with COVID and schooling and, how is that going to affect what you do when you graduate?
Honestly, school is because, I'm a visual learner. I like to be in class and to engage into the conversation and ask questions with the teachers and the students. So it's been a little rough for me the first few weeks, the online school stuff. But honestly, I know that what I want to do outside of school is going to motivate me to finish school right. Make sure I get my diploma, make sure I finish off strong with trying to get a 4.0 GPA. College, I'm looking into conservatory schools, one being AMDA in Los Angeles. So I'm getting ready for that. So really school, I've always loved school. I don't know why kids really hate it. I like to learn new things and because there's so much to learn out there. So it's been hard and rough these first few weeks online school, but I'm getting through and it's getting better.
Good, definitely. I mean, sometimes it's just a struggle to get out of bed in the morning when we're also used to getting up, getting ready, getting dressed, leaving the house. Now it's like you don't even have to put pants on. Like I don't know. Um but that's so great that you say that learning is so important in education because, especially I think in the fine arts field, a lot of times, we kind of have to be, well-rounded people and know everything and learn things because of the things that we portray, especially when we're writing stories or music or being in shows, there's a bit of everything. So it's good to kind of encompass that and learning and educating ourselves. And that kind of leads me into our next little thing. So at the end of your Fresh video, you have a link to register to vote. That made me so very happy. And as an 18-year-old, a soon-to-be 18-year-old, I'm sorry, why was that important for you to put at the end of your video?
Well, the reason why I put that at the end of my video is because with the stuff that's been going on nowadays with the racial injustice and the protests and COVID and how it's being handled by our president, and how 4 years ago none of us could vote because we were 14 going into high school. And now that we have the opportunity to vote, I feel like every vote counts, so every person should take the opportunity. If you're going to be 18 before the election, you have no excuse. You can register. All the registration is online. There's no charges or anything, so it will take you literally 5 to 10 minutes to do that. You spend 5 to 10 minutes being on Instagram or TikTok, you can do that at least. So I put that at the end of the video because I knew people would watch it. I knew they would see that, and I would hope that it would register in their head to, maybe I should do that because it really is important. And the next 4 years, we're either going to have the same president we had these past 4 years or a new president who might change the world in a positive way. We don't know yet because we haven't got to that point. But we can all, change, we can all shape the future into what it's supposed to be from the click of a button on our phones. So that's why I thought it was important to make sure that people see the vision of registering because it's really important.
Right, and that's so important, and especially like you mentioned, during the last election, a majority of our age group, if not all of them, couldn't vote. So, and I think that's another big thing, and something that we've tried to kind of spotlight on Stage Rats is, even if you're not 18 or eligible to vote, there are still things you can do to educate yourself so when the time comes, you can. And, I think it kind of blows people's minds sometimes when they realize that, like, the presidential election isn't the only election that happens. So it's like, and that's, I feel like, where a lot of people think, oh, my vote doesn't matter, there's millions of people. But even on, like, a state or local level, there's elections I believe it's 2 years, I want to say. So, there's things you can do, and I think that's half the battle. So, on a much lighter note, who are your biggest inspirations when it comes to what you do?
Okay, so I'm gonna separate them in categories. So as far as acting goes, Denzel Washington, he really gets into his craft. He's like my favorite actor. Actresses, Viola Davis, Sarah Paulson, Regina Davis, like there's so many. Dancing, I have a lot of influences on dancing. I watched a lot of dancing movies growing up, such as Step Up, Stomp the Yard, Bring It On, those type of things. And music, I'm just moved kind of by like everybody: Ariana Grande, Bruno Mars, Khalid, Beyonce. There's so many influences. So really, just the A-list celebrities, me watching them growing up through music videos and movies, that inspired me to, I want to do that. So yeah, that's where my drive came from, seeing these people, especially people of color, and the diversity within, the arts. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And going off that a little bit, there's so many things for, you to look up to and aspire to. But personal goals, what is your dream role?
Okay, so for musical wise, like, bright, happy, dancing, moving, Seaweed from Hairspray. I love Seaweed. He's so spunky in his attitude and the way he moves, and he's like the cool guy everybody knows. And Hairspray really tackles the interracial relationships. So, and he happens to be one of those people that deals with that, and I feel like that's really important because those matter just as much as any other type of love there is. And then for like dramatic, like serious, I would do Iago from Othello. The way how he's so like two-faced and like he's nice, he's like the best friend, but he's also evil and he's planning to like kill everybody. I just love that, and I want to experiment more with like the evil roles because I haven't played too many of those.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. Evil roles, they're kind of where it's at. Like, it's fun to be bad sometimes with no consequence. And I will say, I think the play Othello is very slept on. It's
Very
one of Shakespeare's
underrated.
better
Very
ones.
underrated.
Period.
It keeps you locked in and drawn in and interested the whole time. Like, some Shakespeare plays, nothing happens until like the third or fourth act, and each play is like 5 acts. So, when you're reading, you get invested into something when it's interesting. And Othello, there's something every single act to like be shocked about. So that's why I feel like it's one of his best plays, like one of his best tragedies for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and who doesn't love Hairspray? I mean,
Come on now.
It's a classic.
Come on now.
All right, so our last question is our staple question of Stage Rats. We ask this to everybody. I say this like every time I've asked this question, I I ask it like we've been doing this for years. Um, we've had two before. But what is your favorite rehearsal snack?
This is so boring. Out of all the rehearsal snacks I could tell you about, let's just say mine will happen to just be water and like some type of fruit. The reason I say that is because water really it calms me down, because like before you go on like a performance or perform a monologue, even if you're not nervous and even if you're confident, you're still going to have those nerves and you get really warm. I always keep cold water in like my canteen because it cools my body down. It makes me feel more neutral on stage. So, and fruit also, it's like a balance of me eating light stuff. I don't like to eat heavy because it brings more to my stomach, and that's going to make the nerves exfoliate even more. So water and fruit, it's a really basic snack, but it's a healthy option, so why not?
Honestly, there's nothing wrong with staying hydrated.
Right. It has water has so many benefits. Your skin, your digestion, all that. It has a lot of benefits, so why not?
We need it to survive, and coming from somebody who probably does not drink enough water, drink your water, everybody. That's the main takeaway. But I love that. Simple, to the point, and very beneficial and healthy. So this has been very fun. So tell us where we can find you.
Well, I will be dropping. Oh, let's
Are we
just
gonna go
say,
first?
let's just say
Exclusive?
I love horror movies, and this month happens to be October. So let's just say I will incorporate that with some type of EP or tape or something.
Did we just get an exclusive from Elijah Lee?
Maybe. But yes, and I'll give you a little hint. Most of the tracks are named after a few horror movies. So
Oh, I'm excited now. You guys,
I love this one because I experimented more with my voice, and I'm incorporating my acting in these songs. Like I'm playing these characters in the music, and I wrote everything as in like I was that person in the movie. And that's what I love about this tape, because it's so
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yes, I'm gonna start dropping teasers next week. So
and then these teasers are going to be on Instagram, right? Where else?
everything's gonna be on Instagram. That's my
Instagram?
main.
Okay.
That's my main platform. So
All right,
yeah.
perfect.
And of course, his links will all be below. Check out Fresh. Stay tuned for his new cool stuff. Oh my god. I'm excited now. Make sure next week you guys wish him a happy birthday, because hey, he's gonna be 18 and that's a big deal. Don't be. It's being an adult. If I can make it through being an adult, you can make it through being an adult. Yeah. Anything else you want to say before we go?
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and thank you to everyone that took the time to watch this. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see some of you guys soon. I don't know if we're going back to school. That's probably not the safest option, but I see some of you guys. So, yep.
All right. Well, it's been fun. Thank you so much for doing this. Doing this again. We had to refilm this. It's always something with us stage rats. But thank you. We really appreciate you. We love what you do, and we can't wait to see what comes next. So, we'll see you guys in the next video, and make sure to stay tuned for not only what Elijah's doing, but what we're doing on Stage Rats, because we got a lot going on. You're not gonna want to miss it. So, see you guys next time. Bye.